Okay. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
It's the Friday Night Club.
Ja. Und der Haifisch, der hat Zähne und die trägt er im Gesicht. Und McKeese
John!
hat sein Messer, doch das Messer sieht man nicht.
Turn off the set, Mother. It's on again.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Sportswriters episode of the Friday Night Club. Of course, this is the Sportswriters episode, so we're going to be talking sports, which some of you fags over here might not know much about. I am Bill Herbst, and I'm a sports writer, and this is the Sportswriters episode. I'm Bill Herbst, and I just want to say before we start here that I'm a writer for the Milwaukee Craptoons, sports journalist. My accomplishments are many, and my bragging is few. I'm very happy to be here, and to my left, a gentleman who knows more about sports than you, Wilson, Mr. Chuck Williams. Chuck, it's a pleasure having you here today. I know you got lots of stuff to donate. Chuck is a gifted journalist. Chuck, what do you want to talk about?
Tongues. I want to say tongues.
Okay, well, then that's good. That's good. You want to talk about tongues? I don't know what the hell he wants to talk about tongues. We got Wilson here. Wilson, you're Rob Wilson. You're a host of a show on this station that doesn't even belong on this station. I'm not going to mention the name of it because it's the Passman Show. But let me just say that Wilson, another gifted journalist, sports journalist with us today, it certainly is sort of a pleasure having you.
Well, thank you. That means a lot for me, coming from a man I don't even respect. But let me tell you something. You got me on this sports hell of a show. I have no idea what I'm doing here.
Let me ask
Is
you
this
my
thing
hat
working? Excuse me, is this working? Wait, should I put it here? Your fancy show.
Put the microphone down. God's sake, he's ruining the show already.
I do a lot of radios.
Let me tell you, though, we got lots to talk about.
I'm rolling up my sleeves because I think I might get into a debated argument.
I want to start because I know you got something to say about Jackson going to baseball. What the hell? What the hell is he doing with baseball? He should be driving the buses with the rest of them.
Let me tell you something. Jesse Jackson, he is no schmuck. The Rainbow, the group, the co-op, the coalition, whatever. The Rainbow.
You don't know what the hell you're talking about?
Jackson does
This is the man who likes the Fugosi deal. He said the Fugosi deal was a good deal.
No. I don't have to think anymore because I got statistics.
Because it's a little hard for you. That's why you don't have to think no more.
Let me tell you something. The first game Fugosi ever managed is 10-4 with Seattle.
I was at that game. Dotson didn't even pitch. He pitched like my sister would pitch, and he got lucky.
Gary Dotson should be in jail.
Gary Dotson, I'm talking about the pitcher. Dotson, he doesn't belong on a baseball mound. He belongs behind the wheel of a bus with the rest of them. That's where Dotson belongs. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of hearing about Dotson. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about tongues.
Tongues. Well, let's go to Jim Hartman. Hey, Jim Hartman's got something on tongues. Jim Hartman, of course, is a tongue expert here. We're very happy to have him with us. He's going to talk about tongues. Jim, are you ready to talk about tongues? What?
Farming is the greatest invention.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that he talked about tongues there. Now you got something there.
The second game of those Sox after Fugosi got in there.
Sox, that's all he ever talks about. He doesn't even know there is a North Side.
11-2, Minnesota Twins. I've seen it. It was damn good. Fugosi knows what he's doing. You have no idea what you're doing. How you got on television, radio, and newspaper.
Just let me tell you something about your White Sox, buddy. That Bob James, that big ace reliever, gave up a home run in the ninth inning. He's supposed to be such a tough guy. I'll tell you something about James. He belongs on a bus, driving the bus like the rest of them. That's where your James belongs. Hot shot, white socks.
It's so easy for you to say because you're so good at everything you do. Let me just bring out another Bill Hub statistic on how well you did.
What do you got there? What do you got? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You going to read
no,
something? You
no.
going to read something to me?
No, I'm not.
It's a good thing you learned how to read, for
like
God's sake, finally.
I can. Listen, I can always read. Let me just say the poor thing about that biased kid, the Celtics. I'm sorry about it. A moment of silence. Thank you.
I'm not going to do no silence for the kid. I don't even know the kid. Probably died because of you. You had something to do with it. I know you had something to do with it.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Mr. Hoops. He didn't die of drugs or whatever the hell they're trying to pin on him. He died of guys like you who go in there and smoke your cigars. You ruin the kids. You give them cancer. I have no idea what's going on anymore. What? Hey, help me out. What camera am I looking into?
You don't even know what camera. This is a professional television personality.
No.
Don't know what that.
write.
While you're talking.
I write.
No.
I write.
Let me tell you something
You
about
do
writing.
the television thing. I don't even like television.
I don't know who taught you how to write, but he didn't do a very good job. And another thing, you make me sick. Okay, let me tell you something about this now. The Cubs get a new manager. Now, I read something you wrote on the new manager, the Cubs new manager. What do you think? I want to see you say it, because I don't believe you said that he has a nice eye. Because I don't think he does. But you said it, I want to know. Did you write that article?
No.
Well, then who wrote that article? It just appeared with your name on it. That's what happened. Huh? Tell me, smart guy. Smart guy who comes out here and tells me I can't write? What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about tongue.
Okay.
Jim.
Jackson went, no, we don't need Jim. We need to talk about Jackson. What's going on with Jackson? He went baseball.
Michael Jackson put out that damn Thriller. I am sick of him.
My kids don't stop dancing now. They dance around the house. He shouldn't play baseball. He belongs behind the wheel of a bus. That's where he belongs. I don't know.
Today they think they're so smart. Joe Jackson.
He's somebody's killed.
He is 3 sides of an album. The first side is just blank. I buy the damn thing. I put it on. It goes.
Let's put that
Damn
on.
needle and went. I can't believe this.
I can't believe you're on TV. I'll get the hell out of here. You make me sick. Are we on? We're on. And we're doing a commercial.
We're doing comedy.
We're doing a comedy, man.
And let me just say, Sparkle's team on my list.
Slocko will be on at 7:30. This is a commercial for Slocko. Watch him. He's nuts. Isn't he nuts?
He's not gonna be on the team.
He's nuts. He's on at 7:30.
Okay, let's go back to the show.
Back to the show. The man makes me sick.
Rocky Marciano.
The Rocky Marciano, I don't even like that ice cream. I don't like it. We're back now. I don't even like that ice cream. I don't know what the hell. Now, you're writing something down. What are you writing? You're writing something down. I'm going to write something down. I'm writing something down.
A.J. Foyt. Does that mean anything? Of course it means nothing to you. You're a fag. Let me look this up in your horoscope. Yes, it says Bill Hubs is a fag. Let me just write that down again. Your box is on fire. You smoke too much. Mr. Smoke too much. Hey, isn't that funny? Huh?
You're clearing your throat like a damn cow. What do you got on cows, Hartman? You got anything on cows? We want to talk about cows here.
Fish cannot swim backwards.
Okay, well, that's great. Let me tell you something about Fisk. He don't belong in baseball. How old is he? How old is the man? He's
Bill,
500 now. Is that what he is? Is he 500 now? He don't belong in baseball.
You got my Woody Allen book on fire. What's Woody Allen doing here? This is a sports show. I'm moving my book.
We got the Budweiser letter of the week here. You want to read this letter of the week?
Yes, I do. Give
Read
it to
that
me.
letter of the week. We got a letter of the week, Budweiser letter of the week. If you got the address in the control room, if you could put it up on the screen where these people can write us at the show.
You can't say Budweiser.
Well, I'll say whatever I want.
They don't sponsor this show, nor do they sponsor myself.
Nor do I drink that garbage.
Because not this either.
Well, that's good. Now, read the letter of the week here so that we can go on with some more of this sports talk.
Robin Bill, 2133 Staten Avenue, Whiten, Indiana, 46.
I don't want you to read the envelope, for God's sake. I want you to read the letter.
By Mr. J.
Laubau
from Hammond. And if you don't know what Hammond is, it's in Indiana.
Look it up.
He writes, Dear Rob and Bill, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart died in 1791 of...
Can't even read a letter.
I can't read because it's damn writing. He died in 1791. Would you stop blowing smoke of apparent natural causes? Jerry Lawburn.
What you got to say about Mozart? You got anything on him?
Let me just say this, Mr. Herbst. Mr. Mozart did more for baseball than you'll ever do.
Oh,
and you and your
blow it out your ear.
And another thing, Mr. Mozart did not die of natural causes. He died. Saliers pushed him to the end, and that's all I'm going to say about Mr. Mozart. He's better than you will ever be. And there's a fire going on. I can't believe this. I can't believe this show. The show that you call a show is not a show.
It's your show of shows. So is the new album from Mr. Peter Gabriel.
So,
and he's joining us right now.
Let me just say something. What the hell's this sledgehammer business? What the hell does it mean? Open up your fruitcake, and I'll be a honeybee. What the hell does that mean? I have no idea. I'm just
What are you, some kind of fake? Okay, we got Peter Gabriel here now, the center fielder from the New York Mets. Peter, very prosperous season. What are they, 46 and 20 or something?
Yes.
And you got something to say about the Mets. You don't even think, what?
The Mets have done more for baseball, Mr. Hubbs, than you'll ever do. And you should be out there driving a bus.
I wish I could say that about your mother. But let me tell you something, Peter. You're marvelous. We love your work. We watch you all the time. You're a great player. We saw you in
on
concert
that
recently.
damn show where at the end you ran off on stage and everyone's still out there going, shouting something, oi, 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 and whatever the hell that was. And
Are you real happy about that now?
You laughed. Your drummer was still playing. You left your drummer out there. I don't think that's very respectful.
The man was lost without you. Let me say something.
He left. He got
Mets
scared.
are for real. And I'm glad you were here today. Thanks for joining us. Now get the hell out of here.
There's the door. Find it on your way out. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, I should say.
Let me tell
I
you
should
something.
say we're killing two stones with one bird, and we're gonna get the hell out of there because those are old notes, and let's go to some new stuff.
We got new stuff. We got brand new stuff. I want to talk about
Tennis?
What you said. No, we don't want to talk about no tennis because tennis is for fags. We're talking about manly sports. We're talking about football. I read something somewhere that said you don't think the Bears got nice butts. Now what's up with this?
Apparently you don't read everything because I said they smoke down to the butt. When the Bears smoke, the people who smoke in the Bears. See, Mr. Ipps, you don't read. You can't read. You just see butts. And so you said, oh, I should read this. It says
I'm
butts.
sitting here.
You're so worried about men's butts and not
I'm
sports.
sitting here listening to a so-called sportswriter talk about butts. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're insane because you don't talk about butts on a sports show. Now, we got something here. I think this is about as sporting as you get. Mastering Pac-Man. This sounds like your speed, Wilson. Mastering Pac-Man. Why don't you read a little about that sport, huh?
Hey,
why don't you read a little
up.
bit about any sport for that matter?
Pick it up.
I'm losing my cigars. I'm going crazy. I don't know how. Give me some more of these pills. They're the only things that keep me going. We got the book of the week. Are we going to do the book of the week now?
I can't even find it.
We don't have time to do the book of the week.
How much time we got?
We got so much time, and we got the Village People 8-track. You want to go west with the Village People? And now you wrote something about the Village People I couldn't believe. I don't think anybody could believe it. I want to hear what you got to say about it.
I said Randy Jones, David Hodo of the Village People. Apparently you don't read enough.
Let me tell you something about Jones. He should be behind the wheel of a bus with the rest of them. That's what I think about Randy Jones. Yeah, go, write it down. Act like you know how to write. For God's sake. Write it on a newspaper like you know how to write. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about tongues.
What the hell is he talking about tongues?
Well, let's go to Jim and Jim.
No, we don't need to go to
What do
Jim.
you got about tongues?
I'll tell you something about tongues. I'd like to stick your tongue where the sun don't
Let's
shine.
go to a commercial.
I'd like to stick
idiot.
this steaming cigar. You're a
We're going
moron.
to a commercial, and I don't care.
Okay, real quickly here, folks. Remember, Sloucho's coming on.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
In less time than you've ever believed.
Wait. Before Sloucho, Why don't you grab yourself something to eat?
Yeah.
Use the bathroom.
Don't
While
watch-
our show's on.
Don't watch anything.
Get on
Don't
the
watch our
phone
show.
while our show's on.
If you're watching our show now, turn it off and just wait to watch it at
because
7:30.
you might see something good. Wouldn't want that to happen.
And remember, we are stooges for Sloucho, just doing the comedy bag. And so 7:30, Sloucho comes on. Until then, our show will be on, and then the Parsley show. But it's really not that great. It's not the best show on cable, but it's damn close. And we don't want to be close. We have to. So keep watching, and Slouch will be on at 7:30. Now back to the Sportswriters episode. And that's what I think about you and your family, right?
Listen, if you knew anything about sports, you wouldn't be on this show. I can't believe I'm on this show.
But I want to tell you something about...
Me and
about
Mr.
you.
Williams were talking backstage about
tongues, probably, because that's all this moron talks about. Let me tell you something. Those who can't play, right. Keep that in mind,
I
Wilson.
just read an article of yours and I agree.
Let me tell you something now. You got this cap out here, St. Louis Cardinals. They can't even play soccer. What are they doing in the World Cup?
No.
I don't know what they're doing in the World Cup. Why'd you bring that hat out here? They're humiliating the whole nation. What do you got on the Cardinals?
You just did something on the Holy Bible. Let me just say, Mr. Hub, I find you sacrilegious, I find you obnoxious, and I find you at state line trying to pick up something. It's something about that Indianapolis 500 deal.
What do you got on the 500, Hotman? You got anything on the 500? Or what? What are you doing here? I don't know.
I'll tell you my story later, because apparently you don't
What do
care.
you got on the 500?
Go to Jim.
The surface of Venus is over 800 degrees Fahrenheit.
I agree. Finally, someone said something with spirit about it. See, Mr. Herb's that's how that smells to you. Let me just say, getting sick because of just smoke.
I'm getting sick because of your smell.
Let me just say this, that at the Indianapolis 500, I had tickets. Finally, I had tickets. I went down there, I seen, and I had to sleep in my car because all the hotels were out. Plus, I'm too cheap to actually get a hotel. That's another thing. Let me just say this. I wasn't getting paid expenses. I went down there on my own. I wrote a story about it. And plus, after I wrote the story, they didn't even have the thing.
That's what I think about you
I had
and
to go
your
down.
stories.
Then they had one about a week later. Now, what the hell's going on? Indianapolis 500 is supposed to be on Memorial Day. What the hell happened? It was on like a week after that. I don't know what's going on.
Klaus Nomi is the name of the new album from Klaus Nomi. And joining us now is the center from the Chicago Blackhawks, Mr. Klaus Nomi. He's going to be on our hot seat. Klaus, what the hell kind of name is Klaus? I don't know. I wouldn't name my dog Klaus. But then again, it's not my dog to name. I'm going to tell you something, though. You guys had a disappointing season. I read something you wrote on the Hawks, and for once I actually agreed with you. What are you boys going to be doing in 86 to make it look different from 85, huh?
Sure, ain't going back to the Trio. We're probably going to go offensively.
Well, that's awful nice to hear, even though I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Get out of here. Folks,
I don't know anymore.
we got 2 books of the week this week.
Family Cup.
You got my books of the week?
Where's the book?
We got one here.
No,
This first book of the week
where's the book?
is the Hang Gliders Bible. And I guess it's an awful lot like the King James version of the Bible, only it's got a lot more about hang gliding in it. And we got another book of the week, if I can find it here, because you got a mess. It's by John Madden. It's called Hey, Wait a Minute, I Wrote a Book.
I believe him.
I believe him. It's the sequel to his second book, which was Hey, Wait a Minute, I Learned How to Read. And his first book, Hey, Wait a Minute, I Learned How to Control My Bowels. So the new book of the week by John Madden. We're very excited about it. You had something on Clockwork Orange, is it?
I had something on Clockwork Orange. Mr. Malcolm McDowell, I seen him in 1972.
He was playing for the Cardinals back then?
It was with the
Okay.
Orioles. It was with Baltimore. Apparently a fag. You know nothing about sports. You shouldn't be on this show. Neither should I, because the show's stupid. No, you should be on this show. Let me take this back, Malcolm McDowell. I met him last year with his new wife, Mary Steenburg, and they had a beautiful kid. And his wife's beautiful, and I want to spend time with her.
I'll tell you about Mary Steenburg. She knows more about sports than you do. And another thing that makes me sick to my stomach, Malcolm McDowell belongs driving a bus with the rest of them. That's what Malcolm McDowell should be doing. I'll tell you that much right now.
Malcolm McDowell did more of a baseball than you'll ever do Herbst.
And you, this guy sitting here, what do you want to talk about?
Tongues.
Of course, you want to talk about tongues, that's all he ever wants to talk about.
And let me tell you something about tongues that you probably don't know, Mr. Herbst.
I'm getting up, I'm going to kick your ass.
Mouse State tongue did more for baseball than you'll ever do in your entire life. You
I'll
make
tell
me
you
sick. I
something
want
right
to vomit.
now.
I hate you. I hate you.
I'll tell you something right now. On the address, if we could have the address where the people can write us on this
I'll
show.
tell you the address. It's Robin Bill. If you can spell Bill, it's Bill, double L, 2133 Stanton Avenue. If you don't know how to spell Stanton, Rent and Repo Man.
Look it up.
And see Harry Dean Stanton Avenue, Whiten, Indiana. That's Whiten, Indiana, 46394. That's the zip. 46394.
Now, I was looking about something you said about Wimbledon last year.
Wimbledon.
About Boris Becker, the 19-year-old young man who won it. You wanna go on about this? You wanna talk about what you're talking about?
Yes, I said Mr. Becker, I can't believe you did it, Mr. Becker. Congratulations. That's all I said to him.
Boris Becker should be behind the wheel of a bus
No, he
with the
shouldn't.
rest of them.
He's too young. He should be in a nursery school, learning his ABCs and all that jazz before he learns how to play tennis.
He should be
Let me
talking
tell you
about
something,
tongues
Mr.
with this guy. My God, you don't even know what the hell you're talking about. I don't know why you're here.
Let me just say, Mr. Bias of the Celtics, who was going into the Celtics, died recently. They say it's of drugs. I
Of
say
my cigars, that's real funny, Wilson. That's real funny. But let me tell you something. If you were mine, you wouldn't have that long hair down to your shoulders.
Listen,
like a fairy.
Listen, I wear my hair long where they can tell us idiots apart in the sports room where everyone's giving interviews, like with a clipboard. Excuse me. What do you mean? Traffic choices. Oh, darn, they shouldn't have ever chose him. They can't tell us apart. I wear long hair where they can go, Mr. Wilson of whatever the hell place you're at.
Let's talk about tongues. That's what this guy would say. But I'm telling you, they're not going to talk me into doing a show with you again, because everywhere you go, everything you do, everyone you meet, all you ever talk about, all you ever do, all you ever say is against me. I loved you like a brother. I suckled you when you were born, and now this is the thanks I get. This is what I get from you.
And you also... No, never mind. I'm not going to say it.
I'm never doing another show with you. You smell, all right?
Can I just say, what the hell suckle means? Whatever it is, I enjoyed it.
Good night. Hey, Bill and Rob back? Are we back? We're back.
I'm not going to talk to you with that silly nose.
We're back in black. And just a reminder.
It's a fake nose.
That's Sloucho. No, it's not.
The one I know. No. Bad. It's fake. Look, it's fake.
Oh, now I bet you're real proud of yourself. But just a quick reminder, Sloucho will be on in what? Who cares?
I mean...
Less than an hour now. Sloucho's coming on 7:30, Channel 25. And now, back to the show.
The Tommy Hicksman Show with that guy of guys, Tommy Hicksman. And now, Tommy Hicksman! Come on out here, Tommy.
Oh, listen, I'm so glad to be here because, I'm doing the comedy bag for a while. And, first of all, we should thank the Malt Lake Society Presents the Friday Night Club for letting me have a full half hour. Thank you. Well, first of all, I know hasn't been getting too much attention lately, but the Love Boat, as you know, has been canceled. Well, I think we'll do the thing from Love Boat now. Sure. Love, exciting and new. Love. Thank you. I think it's now time to, a very special time for me to bring out the next guest. Not the guest, but the co-host. Just kidding. No, I'm doing the company by the squad. And we're going to bring out the co-host, Philip B. Goldstein Jr.
Hey!
Hey, where are you?
Tom.
Where are you? No, we're doing the company bag over
Great being here, Tom. Maybe it's the camera touching me. Hey, Tom. You know,
the comedy bag together.
You know, Tom, I'm real glad to be here with you today, because you're a nut, and you know I love you. You know I do. In a physical sense. Not in a showbiz sense, in a physical sense. Oh man,
You're
too
a
much.
nut. You're a nut.
Too much.
I see you.
Too much.
I see you at the comedy improv.
Yeah, I was there not too long ago.
Yeah, and, you were.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, I was at the comedy womb just a couple days ago.
Yes, I went to the movie. Really
And you know, the folks at the comedy womb are fabulous.
they're really great. Hey,
Thank you.
you know, it's so great that they gave us the whole time.
Yeah, we're glad that the Mutt Lang Society gave us the full half hour that they normally use for their show, and it's a fab show. We're really glad they gave us the time to do our thing, man. And you know, I think that's what's beautiful about the MLS, as I like to call them.
Yeah,
You know, they're hot, the show's hot. It really is. It's something new, and we're glad they gave us a whole half hour.
You know, but to get serious tonight, the Mutt Lang Society has done so much for cable.
They really
and
have.
they've never asked for anything back.
Well, they asked my daughter for something back.
Hey, that's funny, 'cause I asked.
But they're great. Thanks for the time, guys.
Yeah, really.
We're glad
And
they gave us
so
the extra
much
half hour.
time. Actually, way
Much
too much
love.
time. But let's bring out the first guest.
You know,
as you know,
It's really great that they gave us.
Has anyone seen Cobra?
It's nuts. Isn't it nuts?
Great. It's great. I'll be
Isn't
honest
it
with you.
nuts?
I love Sly.
Let me go get the guest. I'll go get the first guest.
Okay, and Sly, as you know, we call him Sly. Hold on, just a minute. I don't want to embarrass Sly, but he's done so much.
Come on out. You know, and once again, let's just thank the Mutt Lang Society.
Stand up, please.
Wait a minute.
Sly.
They only gave us 5 minutes. No, you can't do this to us. No, it's our show. No, cut it out. Stop it. Oh, man, no, stop. Stop it.